Well, you have to iterate and iterate and reiterate and reiterate that we're the good special ones or whatever. Not meaning me, but if I'm pretending to be humanity. Because humanity gets scared about things that are bigger than what they can fathom. So you have to kind of reiterate that evil gods will never, ever do anything bad. They're not bad gods, they're good evil gods. They'll never do anything bad if you just don't start nothing. So, like, if you're kind of mouthy or whatever, then you got to ask an evil god. You got to tell an evil god, I know you're an evil god, and I'm kind of mouthy. Like, so if you would consider that starting something, then I know to avoid, like, this god. Because I'm mouthy. Like, people still have to learn how to rub the magic genie lamp the right way, or avoid the damn lamp if they can't do it right. And some people are highly mouthy. And somebody who's mouthy, a lot of good gods, a ton of good gods will not tolerate a mouthy human. It's considered blatant fuck you disrespect to the face of God, and it comes with monumental punishments. So you kind of got to figure out which gods will let you kind of joke or be a little inappropriate. Like, you kind of got to learn which ones are which. Like, some gods just won't let you do nothing against them. Because once you do anything against them, you've opened up that fuck you door. Now they have a legal right to do some fuck you back. So then you'd be like, okay, then I don't want that one. And you got to teach humans. You got to teach humans because they get nervous. So you got to keep reiterating that children of God aren't humans. They're better than everybody, and they're not the same as everybody. Then you got to keep reiterating, good people are good people. They're not like the majority of what is down here. And good people are very, very good people. They are literally not like most things down here. But even good people, sometimes they're kind of mouthy. Sometimes their parents were kind of harsh, so they're kind of like rude or blatantly rude. Some people are good people, but they get real mean and horrible when they're in a bad mood. And they know it's not always appropriate, but they'll just pop off when they're in a bad mood. So, like, all you got to do is learn which gods are which gods put up with what, and which gods do not put up with whatever. And then that way you just kind of, like, have all the magic genie lamps that you'd want, And you kind of just avoid all the genie lamps you wouldn't want. So that way you've got a nice little, like, address book of the angels and the monsters and the gods that you prefer in life. So you just avoid all the other ones. You got to teach people, because people get nervous. They're like, oh, screw this, gods are scary. Screw this, countries are trying to kill everybody and gods are scary. And, like, it's too much for people. So you have to teach them, like, when you are good people, you're not like everybody else. But gods are very powerful, and they're not dumb. They know when you can disrespect them, like, you won't have any respect for them, and it may never end or something. So once a human has no respect for you, once a human can disrespect you, once a human can treat you bad, they don't give a shit anymore. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but when your mom gets in a bad mood and treats you like shit, then your mom will always get in a bad mood and treat you like shit and has no conscience about it. But it started with the first time she treated you like shit. If your mom treated you like shit the first time and you had a proper reaction that made her feel the magnitude of how horrible you felt or what she was putting you through, she might have decided in her own brain that something, is a little too inappropriate about herself. But as a parent can, like, treat you like crap or be so, like, overbearing and tell people what to do, and until it's, what I mean, like, a parent telling you what to do is a parent that thinks they're loving, but, like, when it gets gross and overbearing and stuff, like some kind of weird Hitler dictatorship parent. there's a moment where they don't care anymore that they do it, sadly. So, do you want to learn to ever disrespect a God that will tolerate it anyway? Because it'll teach you to have no respect for the fear of God, the respect of God. And one day you might disrespect the wrong one. And boy, you'd rather piss off a murderer, I guarantee it. Or I don't know, maybe even piss off this country. These weirdo countries, I guarantee it. It's bad. So, I mean, the greatest fun of walking with God is just a happy understanding. This is what I tell people all the time. I wouldn't go in their living room and do anything except something appropriate that they would want from a God, right? But they would go into my personal space and fuck you, do whatever they want, right? And you have to remember, that's humanity. Humanity's horrible. And you just have to make your decisions as you go all the time. And now I will sit in their living room when they don't want me there and happily remind them of how they got in my car in a Lyft ride. They saw my name and they could have just canceled the ride, but it was too fun to laugh or treat me like shit in my personal dead space. And now I am worse than the worst haunted house ever known. And I will sit in their house and haunt the fuck out of them. And I'll help them to realize they don't have personal space. They can rot in abused death the way they did to me in my own vehicle. But they have no right to anything else the second they dished it out. So see, when God's allow just something stupid like disrespect, do you see how bad it could maybe get? Because I tell people, at the least I'm a victim, but you should go through my queen, my queen, my queen. I might actually be a dead God, and you are racking up some scary punishment totals to do anything against me. But it's their prerogative to care or not care about anything I have said, or do or not do whatever they want. But see how the repercussions of doing whatever you want could be whatever is appropriate in an answer to what you've done. So see, you kind of have to educate good people. That good people are better than everybody. But still, gods are gods. Angels are angels. Maybe find out how gods can happily deal with your existences, your personalities, how your personalities go all over the place. And like I said, some gods will treat you like put a grain of salt in it. Some gods will let you be kind of harsh, abrasive, a little rude, and they chalk it up to the world's a bad place. And some just won't tolerate it. But I'm going to help you to understand that when you disrespect anything, you might not understand it, but the second you disrespect things, your brain, your psyche starts to not care and easily be able to do it again. So maybe just learn a nice structure of the respect and fear of God and just be on your best fake normal. Like when a girl's going on a date, and when girls are dating, they are fake as fake can be. They don't act like their real selves until they've got a ring on their finger or the man's stuck. Or until then, they date and they're fake as fake can be. Maybe develop a brain that just is so perfectly fake around gods or whatever and becomes what a God wants to see or hear. Might be better than letting it all hang out to find out you just will take it too far. So see, right there, you have the decision and the prerogative to try to be your normal root self or whatever and see if you ever rub a God the wrong way. Or just be fake around gods, give them the respect a God should have, and then it doesn't really matter if they let you have that grain of salt to be rude. Maybe don't take it because you might take it too far or something. But then you could learn as you go. Yeah, because, good people are why gods are here. But good people still could do the wrong things. So hopefully this helps.